Over the last half-decade, we have seen many titans rise and fall in the UFC octagon. So today, we will be looking at the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in 2019 and where they are today. Starting our list of today, we're going to go through the pound-for-pound top 5 fighters in 2019. To kick off the list, we have perhaps the most underrated UFC champion to ever grace the organization, Demetrius "Mighty Mouse" Johnson. Mighty Mouse made his MMA pro debut for World Extreme Cage Fighting. On April 24, 2010, at WEC 48 at bantamweight, a weight class above his ideal weight class of flyweight, he lost his first fight to Brad Pickett, but won his next 2 before the WEC would merge with the UFC. Demetrius's next big fight would be his fight against Dominick Cruz for the bantamweight title, where he would ultimately lose a decision as Dom's size would prove too big for Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse would enter the UFC flyweight tournament to become the first ever flyweight champion in 2012, where he would rule the division with an iron fist, winning all his bouts by KO, unanimous decision, or via submission, showing his greatness as an all-round MMA fighter and champion. In my opinion, Demetrius Johnson should till this day be considered the pound-for-pound number 1. It was 2018, during his title fight against the Olympic gold wrestler Henry Cejudo, before he was known as Triple C. Mighty Mouse lost a split decision against Cejudo, although the argument could be made he won the fight. Since then, Mighty Mouse is still fighting for one championship where he is the bantamweight champion. Demetrius has even participated in a special rule fight, with rounds 1, 3, and 5 being Muay Thai rules, and rounds 2 and 4 were full MMA rules. The fight was against one of the scariest Muay Thai fighters, Rodtang. Mighty Mouse would go on to submit him in the second round. Mighty Mouse has also had perhaps one of the best trilogy fights in all combat sports against Adrian Moraes, where they would both land a perfect knee to the head to finish each other, and DJ picking up a decision win in his third fight. Next, we have Daniel D.C. Cormier, who I have already done a video about in this channel, so we won't get to in too much detail. However, DC was an Olympic wrestler who made his MMA debut at the age of 30. His UFC record would span across 2 divisions, getting 11 wins, 3 lose, and 1 no contest, and becoming double champion and number 4, ranked on the pound-for-pound list in December 2019, August 15, 2020, and since then went on to do UFC commentator. He has a YouTube channel and is also a head wrestling coach at Gilroy High School. Daniel Cormier was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame in 2022. Coming in at the 3rd spot, we have the women's GOAT of MMA, Amanda, the Lioness Nunes. The Lioness made her MMA debut on August 3, 2013, in Brazil, where she won via TKO in the first round, and the world first got a glimpse at the power of the Lioness. There was no easy fight for the Lioness on the climb to the title, as she would fight and finish the likes of Germaine de Randamie, Shayna Baszler, Sarah McMahon, and then getting a unanimous decision against Valentina Shevchenko. Nunes fought for the title. Lioness subbed. For Amanda's first title defense, the UFC would give the Lioness the infamous KO TKO, and would then go on to win her next 4 fights at bantamweight, getting 3 KOs and a split decision in her rematch with Valentina Shevchenko. In 2019, Amanda became the first and only women's 2-weight champion when she moved to featherweight to fight Germaine de Randamie. The Lioness continued to fight up until June 10, 2023. During this run, Nunes only lost 1 fight to Giat rematch in which she thoroughly dominated Juliana Pena. The Lioness has 2 daughters with her wife, former UFC fighter Nina Nunes. Amanda has also opened up her own MMA gym. Coming at number 2 spot in 2019 was Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. The Eagle made his UFC debut on the 20th of January 2012, winning by submission in the 3rd round. On the 21st of September, May 2013, the Eagle fought Pat Healy, where he would truly introduce the world to his dominating Dagestan wrestling style, which he had been trained since early childhood by his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. In the fight against Healy, the Eagle set a new record for the most takedowns in a single fight, with 21 successful takedowns out of 28 attempts. Khabib would go on to dominate for the rest of his UFC career. Khabib went on to have a super fight against Conor McGregor on October 6, 2018, where he would choke out the Irish superstar in the fourth round and after the fight, jump the cage and fight Conor's cornerman, Dillon Danis. In 2019, Khabib fought the interim UFC lightweight champion Dustin Poirier to unify to lightweight championship. Khabib dominated Dustin on the ground and got the choke in round 3. Since then, Khabib had one more fight in his career against Justin, where he dominated the fight on the ground and got the choke in round 2 and retired after the fight due to the recent death of his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, falling just one fight short of his father's dream of 30-0. The pain of losing his father was too much to carry on. Since retirement, Khabib has stayed busy with helping train fighters such as Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, and other fighters at AKA. The Eagle also started his own fight promotion in Russia called the Eagle Fighting Championship. Coming in at number 1 on the pound-for-pound list in 2019 is Jon Bones Jones. Bones would make his UFC debut on August 9, 2008. Winning his first 3 fights before having his first and only losses against Matt Hamill, where he was actually dominating the fight, but hit him with a 12-6 elbow, which was illegal, leading to Bones being DQ'd. In 2011, Bones got his title fight against the legend Mauricio Rua, knocking him out with a knee in the 3rd round to become the youngest ever UFC champion, and setting him up to start taking out the legends of the light heavyweight division like Rampage Jackson, Lyoto Machida, Rashard Evans, Vitor Belfort, and Chael Sonnen. Between 2015 and 2017, Jones was involved in several controversies and lost his title 2 times as a result of disciplinary action. He was first stripped of his title and removed from the official rankings by the UFC in 2015 after he was arrested on felony hit-and-run charges. His subsequent returns to the UFC in 2016 and 2017 saw him emerge victorious in title bouts against Ovince St. Preux and Daniel Cormier, but were both cut short by Jones, testing positive for banned substances and receiving further suspensions, with the fight against Daniel Cormier was reversed to a no contest. After his 2017 suspension was lifted, Jones reclaimed the championship in 2018 by defeating Alexander Gustafsson and would go on to beat Thiago Santos in 2019. Since then, Jones has had 2 fights, one at light heavyweight on February 8, 2020. Against Dominic Reyes, after this fight, Jon would vacate his title to take time to put on the weight for heavyweight. We would see Jon in the cage until March 4, 2023, where he fought Ciryl Gane for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Jones won the fight in the first round by a choke. Jones is scheduled to have one more fight against Stipe Miocic. However, there are many people who believe Jones will retire, bringing his legendary career to an end. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and as always, like and subscribe for more fighter information.